What's good, guys? It's Zay again, the owner of the agency Villa Air Branding, and today I am going to show you guys how to actually really craft a irresistible offer for your clothing brand or any other e-commerce store. A lot of people get this part wrong, and this is not going to be any free shipping or 10% off. This is going to be an actual offer that's crafted by an equation that I created from my own mind, and my team use it every single time with our clients at our consulting agency and marketing agency. So today, let's just set the tone. Like I had said already, this is not gonna be some 10% off offer. This is not gonna be any free shipping. No, none of that. So what I want you guys to get used to this being, we're gonna brand this right here. We're gonna call this the holy grail of offer creation. The holy grail of offers. Because what I'm going to teach you today is going to be at a different magnitude that anybody has ever taught before, and I'm super confident in it. This is not some AI junk. This is not coming from any rich person that I stole. This is something that was literally crafted over like a week. And I'm just now putting it out to the world because we have been killing with it, and I have nothing to sell you guys. I just want you to make good offers. I'm tired of seeing everybody run buy one, get one 20% off. So let's just hop right into everything. So we're gonna dive into the first part of creating an offer. We're gonna dive into something called extras. The 10% off, the free shipping, all that type of stuff, those aren't offers. Those are extras. And we're gonna get into that right now. And we're also gonna get into what is the difference between an extra and an offer so you guys can stop getting them confused. What are extras? Extras are the little things you throw in to make a deal more attractive. Discounts, free shipping, free gifts, premium packaging, free returns, special upgrades, whatever, any type of bonus, something that you throw in an attempt to make the deal more attractive. But we're gonna get into something that's very legitimate to me, and I created my own list. I call it the Bad Extras Hall of Fame. This is things that we always try to avoid making around the same premium offer. So always on discounts. I call this one the silent brand killer. Permanent discounts might seem like a small nudge to drive sales, but they quickly become the default price in the customer's mind. Once customers know there's always 20% off somewhere, they'll never buy at full price again. This not only erodes margins, but also positions your brand as cheap and desperate. I suck at underlining, but you guys get the point. You never want your brand to be labeled as cheap and desperate. Free shipping on every order. I call this one the margin erosion. Offering free shipping without a threshold drains profit from every order, especially on low ticket sales. While it feels like a competitive advantage, customers come to expect it. Over 60 to 70% of customers expect free shipping anyway. So I don't know why a lot of people say, hey, if you buy this, you get free shipping. I don't care about the shipping. The shipping is not something that will decide if I want the product or not. Do you get what I'm saying? If I want the product, I'll pay for shipping anyways. So customers come to expect it, eliminating the perceived bonus. A smarter move is using a free shipping threshold to increase average order value while keeping costs in check. So when it comes to average order value, that is a whole nother thing. So let's say you have a $45 item. You don't want your average order value being $45, $50. I'm saying 50 because of the shipping cost. You want your average order value to be at least double that. Maybe even triple that if your offer is good enough, and we'll get into that right now. So another thing, or two more things in the Bad Extras Hall of Fame is unlimited free returns. I call this the profit black hole. Free returns with no time limit or conditions can destroy profitability, especially for apparel and footwear brands. High return rates mean you're paying for shipping twice, handling costs, and often ending up with unsellable inventory, a capped or conditional return policy protects your margin while still keeping customers happy. You keep your customers happy, but you keep your pockets sad. Nah. It's not a fair trade. Your customers will walk all over you. They won't respect you. And yeah. So another one, irrelevant bonus items. Free, valueless junk. That's all that is. Throwing in freebies that have nothing to do with the main purchase confuses customers and lowers perceived value. A random trinket or unrelatable digital file feels like clutter, not a benefit. Extras work best when they directly enhance the core product or the service experience. So this is another thing. Overstacked promos. Free shipping, free gift, a free deep discount or something like that. That it looks generous, but it's a recipe for razor thin profit margins. You never want customers to appreciate the deal, but also leave you with nothing. I see people with a $45 t-shirt that they paid $15 to make, and they run a 35% off. You just gave them the shirt for free. It's not even, nah. Smart stacking uses one major perk plus low cost, high value extras to keep the offer appealing without tanking their profitability. Now, this is what I was talking about. Extras versus offers. The overlap most people miss. And I mean that by most brand owners, any e-commerce brand in general misses this. Many people confuse extras with offers, treating them as the same thing, when in reality, an offer is the entire package you present to the customer, and extras are just one part of it. The best offers use extras strategically to boost perceived value, urgency, or prestige, but without well-chosen extras, even the best offer can fall flat. So, what exactly is a bad offer? Or most importantly, what does it look like when an offer is confused with an extra? So now that you know the definition of an extra, let's look at when an extra is basically placed without any strategy. Just placed, throw it out there and see if it sticks. Free shipping, presented as the whole offer. Why it's bad? Free shipping doesn't offer, it's not an offer by itself anymore, excuse me. Free shipping is not an offer by itself anymore. It's expected in most markets, especially in e-commerce. If it's the main headline, customers will scroll right past because there's no uniqueness, value, or urgency. Like I said, 65 to 75% of customers in 2025 on e-commerce expect free shipping. It is not a real offer. It might not even be an extra. It might just be something that you may feel needs to be required at this point, but you need to do it strategically so you don't tank yourself. 20% off with no supporting value stack. Why it's bad? A percentage off discount is an extra you can use within an offer, but when it is the offer, it's both boring and damaging. Customers have been trained to wait for these sales, which lowers perceived value and destroys pricing integrity. You never want your perceived value of your brand destroyed. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, Zay, if I'm always running these offers, then how am I gonna be able to up the perceived value of the brand? But now that you know an extra's place in an offer, I have some bad but expected news for you. Placing extras correctly doesn't automatically make the offer good. The entire offer still needs to be compelling, margin safe, and strategically built, and that's where people mess up on. This is why that people's offers do not boost their brand's level. This is why people's offers do not boost the urgency. And this is why every single time a brand runs an offer, they tank their brand, because they not only probably put extras in the wrong place. Once they put their extras in the right place, they thought the extras made the whole entire offer, and it didn't. And we're gonna get into this right here. So what exactly is a good offer? How are you supposed to go about making an offer that doesn't kill profit margins, benefiting your customers, and actually boost your brand's image and urgency instead of killing it and only attracting customers that want cheap deals? What exactly is the formula? Well, inside of my agency, we came up with a full offer equation, excuse my circle, that actually makes our clients 6+ figures. We call it the core principle, a 3-step profit and perceived value equation for creating the best offer catered to your business. I misspelled creating. For creating the best offer catered to your business. The 3-part profit check, the required pricing formula, and the perceived value index, or what I like to call the PVI. A real equation that can work for any e-commerce brand, not repeated from anywhere, no AI junk, all uniqueness. The only bad part is that you have to do some quick math. Nobody fucking likes math. I'm sorry, I can't be perfect. That's the only thing that's wrong with this equation. You have to do some math. But I will show you the math equation better than your teacher could. So let's get into the core principle itself. An amazing offer isn't just about giving a discount or throwing in free junk. It's about creating something that feels worth way more than what the customer is paying. Most bad offers fail because they either give away too much profit or don't feel exciting enough to make people take action. Your job is to increase the perceived value without hurting your margins. This means using extras that cost you little, but make the offer feel premium, unique, and urgent. And if you do it right, the customer feels like they're winning and you still keep healthy profits. This is the start to a real offer. Like, that's why we call it the core principle. Now, the first part that I mentioned in this equation right here, the 3-part profit margin check. That's a tongue twister of hell. So before you say, just slow it down. The 3-part profit margin check. Before you launch any offer, you have to run it through these quick tests. 1, the target profit margin test. 2, the required pricing formula. 3, the perceived value index, or like I said, the PVI. 1, the percentage of profit that you want to keep after all of costs. That's the target margin. The required pricing formula is the math that makes sure your price still hits within your target profit margin. That is completely subjective. If you want to make 65, 55, 75, 85, 45, 35, whatever percent of profit margin that you want to make, that part is subjective to you. And I'm going to get into how you can calculate that. The perceived value index is a check to make sure your offer feels worth enough to the customer. Doing these 3 checks makes sure your offer is exciting for the customer, but not only exciting for the customer, it's safe for your business. That part right there is where a lot of people forget. Yes, a lot of offers can be exciting and a lot of extras by themselves can be exciting. But if you do them wrong, your business's profit margins will hurt in the long run. And this is exactly why we came up with this equation, because a lot of businesses need saving, and that's what we're here to do. So, the required price formula. This is the math that tells you how much you need to charge to keep your profit where it should be. The formula is the required price equals the total cost of goods divided by 1 minus the profit margin. Now, I know that's very insane. So this is a very simple and thought out example. If your hoodie costs $30 to make and you target a 75% profit margin, do $30 divided by 1 and a 75%, that equals a $120 price. If your price is lower than the formula says, you'll lose profit every time you sell, and knowing this number protects you from underpricing your offers. The required price formula is your brand's built-in safety net, making sure you never set a price that quietly drains your profit with every single sale. Remember, we talked about this. Extras feel small, but every single sale, they scale even more. By calculating exactly what you need to charge, you protect yourself from underpricing and the slow bleed that can kill even a great product. It also helps you keep a healthy perceived value so your price still feels premium to customers while still delivering the margins you need to grow your business to the moon. This is all you should care about. 1, you satisfy your customers. 2, your prices look super, super premium. And 3, your business still has the profits that it needs to grow to the absolute best it can be. So this is a simple breakdown of the required price formulas math equation. Step 1, write down your total cost of goods to make or deliver the product or service. Step 2, decide the margin you want to keep in percent and turn it into a decimal. So example, 75% would be 0.75. That's the math equation to percent. Step 3, subtract your margin decimal from 1. An example, 1 minus 0.75 equals 0.25. Step 4, divide your total cost by the result from step 3. So the example, $30 divided by 0.25 equals 120. That's $120. That's what you should charge if you were in this situation. That's as for the breakdown. Step 5, this is the minimum price you should charge to hit your target profit margin. So basically, if you were in this situation, that's how you do the math. All you have to do is just fill in your numbers for whatever you're running, your clothing brand or whatever e-commerce brand. If you're a drop shipper, just fill in your information in there, and that math equation will let you know exactly where you need to be. So the perceived value index, arguably the most important part of this equation. This checks if your offer feels valuable enough to your customer, no matter what it costs you to make. The formula is the PVI, the perceived value index, stated value of bundle divided by price charge. So another equation. I told you guys this is gonna have some math in it. I hate math too, but math involves money, so I guess I like math as a little bit. So example, a hoodie priced at $120 plus bonuses worth $180 equals $300 total value. But $300 divided by 120 has a PVI of 2.5, which is the minimum target for premium offers. If the PVI is too low, your offer won't feel worth it, even if the margin is fine. You basically want, I'd say you want the PVI above a 2.0. If the PVI is in the ones, the offer might not actually be worth it. So the perceived value index is what turns a decent offer into a must-have, because it measures how much more the customer feels they're getting compared to what they're paying. A high PVI not only drives more people to buy, it's the difference between a few sales and building a 6-figure offer that customers feel included on. So the entire thing of a PVI is how much is somebody actually getting based on what they're paying. This is why I say you don't want it you don't want it below a 2, because if you have your PVI in the ones, then that means the number that they are paying is not actually good in value. Now, if it's above a 2, in the 2.5, 2.4s, even the 3 ranges, you have a nice offer. So step by step, super simple. This is a PVI step-by-step example. Step 1, list everything the customer gets, core product or service, and all bonuses or extras, whatever you want in your offer. Step 2, write a realistic dollar value to each item. Use what your market would gladly pay, not just inflated numbers to try to get the best average order value possible. Be realistic with whatever market you're in. This is why I say this is friendly to every single e-commerce brand out there. This is why I love it so much. Step 3, add those values to get a total stated value. Step 4, write your price charged. Step 5, divide total stated value by price charge. That number is your PVI, or your price value index. The equation, your PVI equals the total stated value of the bundle divided by price charge. PVI tells you how much more the customer feels they are getting compared to what they pay. This is a perception metric, not accounting. So the value you list must be believable to your buyer. As the rule of thumb, premium brands aim for 2.5 to 5. Mainstream offers can work at 1.5 to 3. So like I said, a lot of my clients, we try to stay above a 2, but if your brand is like more mainstream, more trendy, dropshipping based, a 1.5 is actually your sweet spot, you know? So that's why I say make sure you gladly put everything compared to your market. Do not just use inflated numbers. An example, a hoodie priced at $120 or the styling guide valued at $40, a carrot kit valued at $20, early access value $50, total stated value $120 plus $40 plus $30 plus $50 equals $230, PVI equals $230 divided by $120 equals 1.92. Likely too low for a premium brand. Likely too low for a streetwear brand that wants to pay premium price for a hoodie because they love fashion. But all of that, especially with like an early access being charged for, the perceived value is going to be low. So that's just an example of like a bad offer in that scenario. Add more relevant bonuses value $80 to reach the 310, and then you have the 2.5 range. So that was an example of like a bad offer for PVI. So examples of a well-crafted offer based on the foolproof equation that I just laid out for you. A complete drop experience. The customer gets a main piece from the latest drop plus exclusive bonuses that make styling, caring for, owning it feel like an experience. The total value comes out more than just double the price, but your cost barely changes. So your margins stay intact while the customer feels like they're getting insider access. The customer feels like they're winning. The collections edition package. I just named these offers just, so you can resonate in the head what I'm talking about. The customer gets your premium garment and a set of exclusive high perception add-ons that they cannot get from any other brand. It'll be catered to the product that they're buying from you. The perceived value is several times higher than just the price tag, turning the purchase into something special that feels worth adding on immediately. This is an actual offer. This is a well-crafted offer with extras in the right spot and an offer actually meaning what an offer actually is. So, after hearing this equation, a whole new world just opened up for you. You have just figured out there's a deeper meaning to creating real offers for your brand. If you have made it this far into the video, I know the next step you need to take. If you are interested in enhancing your brand with real offers, acquiring new and lifetime customers on a daily basis, never being unprofitable again with your ads, offers, or revenue in general, then follow me on Instagram at ZayHilaire. I will get back to you, and also visit our agency's website at VillaireBranding.net. Just see everything that we have done for loads and loads and loads of clients, $20,000 months, $10,000 weeks, everything like that. And if you apply, just hit me up and I'll get back to you. And yeah, so this is my full equation on how I create an offer for my clothing brand clients and my other e-commerce clients, so I don't bring the perceived value of the brand down, we don't hurt their profit margins, and we give offers that are too boring for people to use. This is what we do. This is my formula that I created, and I was happy to share it with you guys. I hope you guys can take this and learn it, and peace.